Hey all, and welcome back to Timber and Smoke. And today we are taking a look at Watch City Cigars, None of Your Business. Now, full warning, this is part review, part first impressions, okay? This is my absolute first time smoking this stuff. I'm about halfway through the bowl. So just to give you some of my thoughts as far as how this blend goes. But before we start talking about the blend, let's look at some notes, shall we? So this is coming from the horse's mouth, from Watch City Cigars website. I highly suggest go to it, go to Watch City. I'm just gonna tell you right now that I love this stuff, okay? So if that's all you wanna know, yes, go buy it. So, Watch City Cigar, None of Your Business. Here we have brought back to life a blend from our original lineup. A hybrid English aromatic containing a base of black and golden Cavendish, bright Virginias with an orchard fruit topping, spiced with enough Latakia and Perique to gently make its presence known, around 5% each. And this blend was once compared in Pipes and Tobacco magazine to tasting like smoked blueberry pie. And then going over to tobaccoreviews.com. This is its original description: a blend of black and golden Cavendish, bright Virginia tobaccos, flavored with orchard fruit extracts, lightly spiced with Latakia and Perique for a unique taste experience. What's the exact formulation? It's none of your business. That's actually a pretty great description. I like that quite a bit. So again, Watch City Cigar, blended by Ernie Q from there. An aromatic, but like I said, it's a hybrid aromatic, okay? An English aromatic hybrid. Black Cavendish, Latakia, Virginia's, Perique. Says flavoring, apple, blackberry, fruit, peach, raspberry. And it's a coarse cut and it's bulk. Before we begin talking about the stuff itself, here is a nice look at this stuff. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, that's what tobacco should look like. I mean, come on. I gotta be honest, it looks great. Great feel in the hand, great feel. Now, when I get this stuff, I'm still trying to figure out what's the right moisture content for certain blend types. So this is just a part of arrogance, right? Like, to me, it feels slightly dry, but it's shipped in Ziploc bags, okay? So they don't contain the moisture, right? So depending on shipping and all that kind of affects it a little bit, but I'm not even using that as a disservice to the tobacco because it packs and lights totally fine. And all truth be told, I'm preferring my tobacco like slightly on that drier side where it just has just a little crunchiness to it. And so for me, this stuff is great. This stuff is great. How it packs, it's a ribbon cut, coarse cut. I don't know what the difference between those two things are. I'm assuming just because some of these are ribbons, I'm assuming coarse cut in some sense maybe mean to a mix of how the tobacco was shredded. If you know, let me know. I would love to know if there is a real differentiator or a distinction between what a coarse cut and a ribbon cut is, but it packs just totally fine. I mean, no issues packing this stuff, no issues lighting. Light's great. Yeah, so as far as all those metrics, no knockers. Now, so let's get into a little bit of what I'm tasting. I've been going through this bowl fast. I've been kind of chowing down on this stuff. Now, that Latakia is definitely present. It's been present for me kind of the whole way through. But I will say, just as I've started this video and as I'm approaching that final third of the bowl, it's starting to ramp up a little bit. So I'm not that sure if that's the case. Maybe it's just Maybe I got more Latakia when I packed it at the bottom there, but I like it. It's actually very nice because Latakia, that smokiness of Latakia, sometimes can be off-putting. Like I said, it's very light, like 5%. And Perique can kind of amplify certain flavors when it plays with things. And so all that to say, the Latakia being a little bit lighter in the beginning is really pleasant because now it's kind of worked me up to what I'm starting to get here, and it's really delightful. I've not had something in this realm of this hybrid English aromatic. This stuff is really, really great. And even as an English, it's very light. So to me, it's kind of reminiscent of what I smoked from Milan Tobacconist, that Triple Crown, not too long ago. But the topping on this is so light, but it's there. It adds an extra level of complexity to this. So to me, at least from what I'm getting so far, I already like this a little bit more than that Triple Crown, just because of that little extra something that's making me really kind of consider what's happening on my palate. Now it says orchard fruit, which, you think of trees on, fruit trees, right? For me, I'm getting a much deeper sweetness. So to me, I'm not getting something like apples or pears. That for me is a very kind of bright sweetness. At least that's not what I'm tasting. I'm much more tasting, as far as what might be a fruit tree or orchard fruits, more like nice, deep, rich colored berries like blackberries, blueberries. And in some senses, it's almost, I'm getting like, not prune, but if you've ever had a date where it's just that real kind of rich fruitiness, that's really what I'm getting. So I'm not getting like bright, tart orchard, but I'm getting a much deeper sweetness out of this, which for me, this is very, very pleasant. Yeah, now the retrohale, that fruitness is really present, and it's very nice. I will say the retrohale out of this tobacco is really, really nice. Now that I'm getting towards the end of my bowl here, I'm not quite getting as much smoke. And even I would say that I haven't been getting a whole lot of smoke out of this. I mean, I've been getting plenty of smoke, but not just these real big pillowy puffs, which part of that could be my climate. It's, I think it's like 16, 18 degrees outside right now, so it's a little frigid. And I'm still not sure the effect that has when I smoke outdoors, but yeah, this is really, really nice. So kind of where I'm at with this blend, I very much enjoy this. I've said this before, but I do enjoy these aromatics that they're kind of lightly topped. And in the description, this is something that I'm curious about. It says that the Virginia is topped with the orchard fruit. So a question that I have is all the components, right, all the tobacco varieties, are those all mixed together and then the topping is put on? Or, this is my assumption, is just the Virginia given that orchard topping and then those things are blended together? I don't know. That's my hunch. The reason I bring that up is that I have really been liking these tobaccos that have a hint of aromaticness, because it gives it a little something, However, it still allows the tobacco itself to be really the forerunner in all of these blends, and it allows the blend to continue to develop as you smoke it. One thing with certain aromatics, especially ones that are more heavily topped, the blend is fun at first, but it doesn't change, right? There's no real complexity. There's not a lot of layers to it. A good example of this is Cold Blood Red Moon, Molto Dolce. Those guys is very, the toppings are like right in your face, right? Which those serve a role. But the issue for me with those is that that's all I get. And then when I'm halfway through the bowl, I don't really get anything. And it's not very enjoyable anymore. But with this, the beauty of this is like now at this point, and I'm very close to the end of this bowl, I'm getting basically no topping anymore, right? The aromatic sensation is kind of gone, and it's basically full on tobacco, which I'm really enjoying. But the blend develops, right? The blend is taking me through this process. It's like the difference of having a very bland meal, right, versus like a nice 3-course dinner with a lot of variety. Where if you just have chicken and broccoli and rice, those things are good and they're tasty, but it's not enticing, right? It's not necessarily making you excited about your meal. But if you have something where you're starting off with a little appetizer, a little saltiness there to begin to warm your palate up, and then you get just this, beautiful piece of steak, right? And you're kind of working your way through that meal with changing flavors and things that are developing along the way, right? A chef who's kind of curating that for you. It just makes it for a much more enjoyable experience. And that's what I'm getting, especially out of this stuff, right? Out of this hybrid English aromatic. That the beginning, for me, starts off a little bit more of that topping present, that kind of, like I said, for me, a date is really what I'm thinking of. Something, a real rich sweetness. And then those latakias that make this are in the background a little bit. And then those things just continue to develop and interplay with one another. I really enjoy this stuff, people. As far as a rating, I should write down my ratings, that way I don't throw off my scale. But I just watched back through, and I'm pretty sure I rated Triple Crown at like a 6.5. I definitely enjoy this better. If I were to choose between the two, right now, I should smoke them back to back to confirm this, but I would choose this over that. And for that reason, this for me sits right at a 6.9, like a 7.0. It's very good. I enjoyed a whole lot. So if you're interested in trying this out, I highly suggest you check out Watch City Cigar. Do a quick Google search, none of your business, and support this dude. Support Ernie. I'm looking forward to trying more of his blends. So with that being said, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.